Uh-oh, y'all. Without further ado, we got another episode of Zen AM.
A morning ritual for people who think deeply.
Zen AM.
Hey man, you talking today.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time again. Time for Zen AM. Start off with some breath work.
Uh-oh, yo. Look. It's Monday. I feel like I ain't seen y'all in a long time. I don't know where y'all been, but I don't like it. It's Monday, y'all. Another episode is Zen AM. I'm your host, Nehemiah. We got DTB, Darian, Brooks with us. How are y'all feeling? How you feeling today, brother?
I'm feeling great, man. Can't complain. The reason why it feels like a long time is because we didn't have a show on Friday. So I was wondering, like, dang, I do miss y'all. And it was that one day, well, literally 2 days that we played. But I'm feeling good, living the vida loca. You know, living my life like it's gold.
Yeah. Like it's golden. Like, live la vida loca. Inside, outside. Remember that drop? Y'all was probably, that changed the world. Ricky Martin brought Spanish music to the world.
They said it's a slight echo.
It's a slight echo.
Yeah, they said my mic is.
Bear with us, y'all. Bear with us. We
Talk.
1 2 2 2 2. Check.
I think we're good right there. I think we should be good right there. We're gonna let them see. I just made a couple of changes, but right now, I am currently traveling. I am in a new location, which you probably can see. Don't got the background. Don't got the Zen light, and I don't got my special mug.
But it's a mug. It don't matter. There it is. There it is.
Man, it's been a crazy weekend. I want to know how your weekend was first and foremost.
My weekend was good, man. Went to the hospital to check on my father. Shoot, I damn near be living up there. I work there, so it's real convenient for me. Um, I was able to play pickleball. I ain't played pickleball in like a whole week. And my sister asked me, she said, how did you do? Did you win? She sounded like you.
Yeah.
Like, hold on there. I was like, yeah, I played with some friends. She's like, you know what Nehemiah said? Don't play with your friends. You got to go off with the head. I said, well, I won every game. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I was good. How was your weekend, man?
Adventurous.
I like that.
Adventurous. But yeah, you gotta win and you can't play with friends. Absolutely not. This is not a game, right? I know pickleball seemed like a game, but it's not.
Yeah, no,
taking it
that's a
serious. We're
fact.
getting you that championship. We're
Most
about to
definitely.
make you the Tiger Woods of pickleball.
That's the goal.
Tiger Woods. He's like, you know Tiger Woods? It's been adventurous, man. And I want to probably make that the topic of the show.
Okay,
But I think the first thing we need to do is go into some breath work.
let's get it.
We had a long weekend for everybody. It's the top of the week, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna set our intentions for this weekend. It's gonna be good. We're gonna sit up nice and straight, get that right energy in. Deep breath in through the nose. Release through the mouth. Deep breath in through the nose. Release through the mouth. Deep breath in through the nose. Release through the mouth. Let all of that weekend stuff go. Let all the weekend go. Brand new week. We starting strong. Today is going to be an amazing day. It's going to be a crazy week because we blessed.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great week because we blessed. I had a really good weekend. I've been traveling, man. And I tell you what. Woo. First of all, I've got to see family. And there's nothing better than that. I'm telling you, man. I've got to visit cousins and aunts, and I got to go to my cousin's church, and man, it's it's been very fulfilling,
Yeah.
to say the least. Got to spend time with my mom. It's
Hmm.
been, it's been a very, very needed weekend. And just being here, one of the things that registered a lot was just your voice. And you
Hmm.
just talking about how we got to get back to family, how we got to
Right,
get
right.
back to family, how we got to get back to family. And what I see is a family that has all of the tools
Hmm.
and all of the resources and all of the messages coming through. But as I'm on the outside, what I see is that because of the messenger, they're not taking it. They are
Yeah.
not taking it. So I want to kind of lock in as to why we need to focus on the message more than the messenger.
Okay.
And let me give you, I'm trying to think of the best example without putting people on Front
No, that's
Street. You
fine.
know what I
No,
mean?
that's fine. No, that's fine.
What I see is that our family is so strong. Everyone,
Hmm.
almost like if we were to look at the human body, everyone has a very, very unique role.
Hmm.
And if everybody were to start to tap into everybody around just in the family, I can see how fast the growth would be. And I'm sitting here looking at just this beautiful family, and I'm just wondering if they even understand all the tools that they have available to them.
Right.
And I'm just looking at some of the situations I see some of the family members in and close friends too. And I'm just like, oh, such and such is really good with that. Did you call in?
Hmm.
Such and such is really good with that. And they'd be like, yeah, I talked to them and they said this and this, but this. And when I'm like, oh, so they already told you that. They already
Hmm.
told you. So why you didn't apply it?
Right.
And what I'm learning is that the reason why a lot of us don't apply it is because we don't like who gave us the message.
Yeah.
God is sending us all these people, but we don't like who is delivering it to us. Like we acting like
Hmm.
the message is from God. We acting like the message is coming from this crazy cousin. No, that message is coming from God. That tool is coming from God, but we ignoring it because the appearance, the cousin,
Hmm.
we're taking that message and we're like, oh, don't listen to him. He crazy. He ain't done this. He didn't. He don't know what he's talking about.
Right. Right.
And I'm just looking around like, man, we got we like the Wayne's family.
Hmm.
We are like the Wayne's family, and I'm just so happy to be a part of it and happy to be away and then be able to come in because I feel like Gordon Ramsay. I feel like coming in like, oh, this is your restaurant. Let's come in. I see what's happening. Let's fix this up. Oh, this is what's happening. I see it. Let's fix it up. So like this whole time for me has been like, all right, who am I meant to help while I'm here? You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like, what tools do I have that I can drop on them while I'm still here? And it's been really nice because most of the time I'm away from family. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
I'm always helping people who aren't family, and then sometimes I don't even see them again. But this time I'm like, man, I would love to help such and such with the fitness stuff. I could see this like right here. Ooh, my aunt got a business and she trying to implement AI and this and this. Oh, I could drop some gems. You know what I mean? I'm sitting
Right.
here like, oh
Right.
wow,
Right. Right.
ah, this is
Right.
why I'm here.
Yeah.
This is why I'm here.
Yeah.
So for me, my message to everybody is how often do we ignore the message because of the messenger?
A lot of times. And one, I think if you're not reachable, they feel like they may feel like they can't relate.
Right.
And also being that advertisement board. I feel like Gordon Ramsay, he has that TV show where he can go into people restaurants and turn it around within 24 hours or 48 hours because he has data and proven facts. And I think we living in a generation now where if they don't see it done by you and you've done it multiple times over and over and over again, it's kind of hard to really convince them. And that's what I'm really trying to get. And we talk about this all the time, mind, body, and soul. And I think if we are more visual people in this generation or in this time, so they look at you before they can see your actual work. So I feel like once we're visibly seen, like, oh, we see him around, he's coming around more, or man, he's definitely in shape. I can definitely ask him because it shows through his temple. I think it'd be more people receptible of receiving the information or asking the information. How you do this, or can you help me with this?
Yeah, I could definitely see that. And that isn't the best way to live in some
No,
aspects, right? In some
right,
aspects.
right,
We have certain aspects where you need data, right?
yes,
Don't come to me talking finances.
right,
If you in debt, if you ain't got this,
right,
if you ain't got this, if you ain't got
right,
this, like, yes, I'm not gonna listen
right,
to that message. I'll initially, right?
right,
Initially, I may not listen to it, right? Because you don't have this. But what if the information that you're giving me is making sure that I don't end up like you and you telling me what not to do?
right,
I'm not gonna listen to it because my egos are, you don't know what you're talking about. I
right,
got more than you. Well, maybe they're
right,
not telling you what to do. They're telling you what not to do, what to
right,
avoid. And sometimes
right.
that's just as powerful as what to do.
No, most definitely. But that also triggers a control. Oh, this person telling me not to do this. They trying to take control of my life.
Yep.
And as as a youngster, I've always listened to people and I looked at their life path and said, I'm gonna listen to you. I'm gonna hear you out and let me see how your life is. And then I make that decision on what I should do and what I shouldn't do. I
Yeah.
hear a lot of people when I was growing up, man. If I could turn back at the times, I wouldn't have as many kids as I have,
Yeah.
or I wouldn't have kids when I had it. So I'm like, dang, everybody's saying that they shouldn't have had kids at a young age. Let me just hold off. And I'm seeing the benefits of that. I'm able to get up and travel when want. I'm able to be selfish at a times when I need to. When you have a kid, you got to put them before you put yourself. So I agree. When we say that, sometimes it comes off in our mind as a control factor.
Yeah. And then when you add that layer of family, when you add that layer of family, there's so much history, so much sometimes
Yeah.
tension. Um, it's very hard to receive messages from your own family.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is.
From your own family, the people who we should be
Yeah.
listening to the most.
Right.
We'll listen more to a stranger at the checkout aisle than we will a family member
Right.
because of the messenger. Same
Yeah.
message telling us the exact same thing verbatim. They could say the same thing word for word. This is how it normally happens. Family member like, you know what? You should maybe do some long form content on YouTube. Yeah, for sure. Right. And then, right? You be like, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I could see that. I should, huh? And then we watch an interview and it's like somebody on there like, yo, the long form just open up this, and this. And then we're like, yo, I should start doing some long form content.
Hmm.
That same message was given weeks ago.
Yeah.
What happens if we would have implemented it then?
Right.
I'll take a personal example of that. My cousin Chuck, for instance, right?
Hmm.
We had a conversation a while ago, and he was like, "Yo, Munch, you got to start posting. You got to start posting every day.
Right.
I'm about to start posting every day. We got to post every day. Like I feel like that is the thing to unlock stuff. We got to start posting every day." And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. I could see that. I don't really like posting, but yeah, I could see that."
Hmm.
He did it, and I didn't.
Right.
Right? He started, and I didn't.
Right.
Fast forward to now, that same action has been able to take his career exactly where he wanted it to.
Right.
He's has a studio. He's doing ready to do tour. His numbers are crazy. All right there. My cousin messenger sent from above gave me a message. I didn't take it. Right.
Hmm.
And now when I'm watching these YouTube videos and stuff, and I'm watching like, yeah, you got to be consistent. YouTube and algorithms. This is what they reward. They reward consistency. They reward this. Same information Chuck was giving me. But
Mhm.
now it's coming from here, and I'm like, huh. And now it's registering. Why didn't it
Right.
register then? Right? Same message, different messenger, And it goes back to what you said. We need to see the data, right?
Mhm.
But sometimes by the time we see the data, it's already too late.
Yeah. You know what it come down to?
What it come down to?
Let letting go the ego.
Mm-hmm.
It's an ego that's attached to the messenger based on how they say it, if it's demanding, or if in your mind you may think that, yeah, I know what he's saying, yeah, he right, but I'm gonna do it on my time.
Yep.
And that happens a lot. That happens a lot to me as well. I just think that letting go that ego would definitely like change the spectrum of that.
Absolutely. Because what happens is you're right. Someone who we'll take that same exact situation, right? I got Chuck on one hand, and I'm just going, and this is not real. I got Wes on another hand, right?
Hmm.
Chuck is telling me I should post every day. He hasn't really done it. He's just now starting thinking about it. Wes is telling me I need to post every day. He's doing it. He's in the mansion. He's doing this. Same message, same exact day,
Hmm.
literally verbatim,
Right.
but I'm going to listen to him.
Right.
I'm going to listen to him. That's ego.
Yeah.
That's ego.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
in our lives, when we take that inventory, how much is ego blocking God from coming in? Because if all works are God, right? It doesn't matter who the messenger is at all. But we're so caught up in the messenger that we forget and can't even see the message.
Yeah. Hmm. That's true. That's true. But I agree 100%. I agree 100%. But we also have to look at we're living in an appearance world
Right.
of visually. And I feel like that's why I'm trying to get my mind, body, and soul intact. Where if I go and talk to a millionaire, they like, yo, give me some advice.
Yeah.
Like that aura has to be risen because if that energy is low in that section, people not gonna listen to you. And the question is, who fault is it? Is it the messenger or is it the recipient? Really?
The recipient.
Because it
Right?
I would say the messenger as
Mm.
well. I would say the messenger as well. We gotta remember that we're on this earth to inspire and help the next person.
Yeah.
We just have to help people. So we have to make sure that we're right at all times. So when we need to minister, when we need to inspire, or when we need to motivate, it's a first call action. It's you have their attention. That's what I think. I think it's
Yeah.
a 50-50. I think the recipient needs to, but also the messenger as well.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to think. I can't really use this example. People go to restaurants based off of the image.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
I see that they have this nice chicken or vegan meat, how it's plated, the appearance of it, it makes you want to go there. If it was not good looking or appealing to you, you would not go there.
Right. Right. So
So-
So sometimes maybe it's not all on the messenger, right? I'm gonna give you a good example.
Okay.
My aunt
Mm-hmm.
just recently got gout.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm sitting there talking with her, and she's telling me how she. I'm like, how'd you get it? You know, and she breaks it down. It was this, this, and this. You know, I could I could obviously look at her and just be like, oh, this is a woman who's not in shape, this and this and this. But
Right.
if I get rid of the ego, what she's saying is the same thing that this buff fitness dude online is saying, whose package is completely right, who's saying
Right.
stay away from refined sugar,
Right.
stay away from processed foods,
Right.
and only eat whole foods.
Right.
The message is exactly the same. That's exactly what she said, but she's not telling me that this is what you should do. She's just telling me what got her in the situation that she's in.
Right.
So she's not the ideal of health, but that message is just as powerful as the same one that this bodybuilder's giving me.
Right.
You know what I mean? But my
Right.
ego will only see the bodybuilder.
Correct.
My ego won't listen to this or even understand that this right here is vital information because
Right.
of the messenger, because it's my aunt.
Right. And the appearance.
And the appearance.
Yeah.
Appearance. So that message is just as powerful as a bodybuilder telling me to stay away from that stuff.
Right.
What's the difference? She's telling me to stay away from it because exactly what it did to her.
Right.
They're telling me to stay away from it, from preventative stuff that they haven't even experienced yet.
Right.
She's experienced what happens when you take it. They haven't because they've avoided it their whole life. They've only read books and stuff.
But see, and that's the beauty of it, because, and you say this all the time, when you make your mess become and you become the messenger, and your test to become your testimony, it's all about what she does around that. When she changes the lifestyle and the appearance change, people will gravitate towards her, where she can make products based off of her testimony, and she can tell people, hey, don't do this, and people will listen. I think the messenger has to become that true form identity to people, what they want to be or see, like, this person went through this and they got out of it. That's my motivation there.
And I think that is a really, really good way to learn, right? But then when I look at that, it also limits us.
Talk to me.
Let me find a drug addict on the streets right now who has not been able to turn their life over.
Right.
And they tell me, hey, do not do drugs.
Right.
This is what's going to happen.
Right.
That person doesn't have to go through recovery, change their life, do this, and then stand on a platform for me to now understand that message. I don't think that a person has to fully reform from the message that they're given. I think that they could be still in the middle of it. Just like people with kids who tell us don't have kids early. A lot of them who tell me that are still in the middle of it. They kids is like 3 or 4 years old. They right in the middle of it.
Right. But see, that's the thing. We got to stop saying stop doing drugs without telling the whole story. We have to learn people. And I think that's the miscommunication from people that's homeless or drug addicts. They're not explaining the whole situation. They're not saying, oh, I was on drugs because this happened to me, and now I'm here. I feel like that gives more of an identity of saying, oh, wow, they had a tough life. I see why it spiraled down, and I'm going to do my best not to go down that route. They just say, oh, no, you shouldn't do that. And in my mind, that puts me in oh, you trying to little boy me or belittle me or childlike me with just saying don't do this without giving me an explanation.
Then that's ego. And that's ego.
No.
That right
that
there
is ego.
And that's what we all have right there. Yep.
No, that is ego. But the messenger still has to tell the story. They can't just say don't do drugs. That's just like you can tell a kid don't touch the stove without explaining to them why not to touch the stove. They're going to touch the stove until they get burned to say, why didn't you tell me it'll burn my hand off? Why won't you tell me I'm going to have blisters that hurt? We only tell the middle part or the beginning of the story. But yes, it is an ego.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if Jesus sat with all of the people that he healed and told the whole story of how he can heal, why this. Like when I see that he was healing hundreds of people and they were all lined up, to me it seemed like they would come in, he'd heal them, and then they bounce, right?
Right.
He wasn't sitting there telling them his whole backstory, telling them all this just for them to believe it.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So I think once again, that goes in us worried about the messenger versus the message.
I agree.
You know what
I
I'm
agree.
saying? That
no,
right there
I agree.
goes to now we worried about like a wise man learns from his own mistakes. I got to touch it and see that it's hot. It's hot. I won't do it again. Yes, you are wise. You learned, you touched it, and you're not going to do it again. An even wiser man learns from the mistakes of others. Hey, don't touch that. It is hot. I just touched it 10 minutes ago and I learned. Oh, snap. I ain't going to touch that. Nah.
Right.
We so hard-headed, be like, oh, huh? Nah.
Right.
You don't always have to learn the hard way.
Right.
Learning the hard way is ego a lot of times.
Oh, a lot of times.
A lot of
100%.
times learning the hard way is ego. We put ourselves in these situations where the messenger from above has came and said, hey, don't do this.
Right.
It'll be a little bit easier if you don't do this.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our goofy son.
Yeah.
You're right. Yes, goofball.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Jesus didn't come down here and say, hey, the fire is hot and y'all all gonna have to touch it before you learn. No, he said,
Right.
look, the fire is hot and I'm trying to make sure you don't realize how hot it is. I don't want you to have to see how hot it is.
Right.
And what happened? The Pharisees was like, nope, ego.
Yeah.
He said, look,
that-
I'm trying to make y'all not touch the fire. You don't want to touch the fire. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
And we said, yeah, I do. Like,
No, 100%.
ego.
100%.
And what is the definition of ego? Edging God out.
Go take a sip, man. And just wait for 5 seconds.
Y'all absorb that one? Y'all ready?
Oh, that I ain't never hear that. That's fire. Ego stands for edging God out. I like that. I like that. No, you're 100% right. 100% right.
Mm-hmm.
But I just can't put it all on the person that's receiving. We have to do better. If we coming from the kingdom of God, we gotta, mind, body, and soul gotta be intact. Because we down to the final hour. We can't we need to say it once and people run with it.
People need to say it once and we run with it.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and that's what my message has been recently. Like, how long you gonna keep touching the fire, Nehemiah? You 40. You 40. How many fires do you still need to touch to realize that fire is hot? You gonna wait till you're 60?
Right.
Maybe you're gonna wait till you're 70 and you got 10 years left and be like, oh yeah, the fire was hot.
Right.
Like you said, time is running out. Time is of the essence.
No, that's true.
So we don't got time for these messengers to get their stuff together so we can listen to them. That message isn't from them. That message
Right.
is from above. They are just a channel.
That's true.
They are just a channel. So therefore, it's more about the message than the messenger.
I agree. I agree with you. But it's a fine line, brother. It's a fine line. Because I'm going to tell you, perfect example. You said this is your first time coming back around family. The more that you come more around family or around people, that's when the comfort rises. They become more comfortable of being around you, being comfortable of explaining things or expressing things. And that's something that, like, if y'all heard me, I'm trying to go back to North Carolina more because a lot of my elder aunts are getting older. And when you have that solitude time with them, that comfort starts to rise. So you'll be able to explain and give messages or receive messages. If you come around once in a blue moon and like, man, he just trying to come around, see what I got and dictate.
And once again, like you said, that's ego.
Yeah.
Let's take that as an example. I'm here, right? And this is not a real example. This is just what I'm throwing out.
Okay.
I have a cousin who is in major debt, right? And this isn't real. This is just a scenario. I have a cousin who's in major debt, has zero financial literacy, right? Not only that, they got deadlines coming up in a week or two. For whatever reason, God placed me here around them at this time, right? Their ego is going to say, I need to be more comfortable with him.
Right.
I need to spend more time with him. That's not what God said. So the time that they're taking to spend with me If they would have took that message right then, it would have got them out of the situation, because the timing that God put me here was there to make sure that they did not mess up that deadline. But their ego did not allow that. Their ego said, I need to be comfortable around him first. So the time it took for them to get comfortable just to receive the message, that deadline is passed. Now they're in the worst situation because they kept doing what they've been doing. And that's listening to their ego versus the message.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. But let me ask you a question. I think a lot of people gravitate to things that they can relate to. People love music and certain songs because they can relate to it. It's something about that bridge that moves me, or it's something about that beat that moves me. They can relate to it. Messages are easily to be dissolved when it's relatable. People take pain medicine because, oh, I'm in pain. The bottle says it removes this. Oh, I'm gonna take it because that's what it says. At that moment, I'm relating to it. So I feel like once it becomes relatable, people will receive the message, and there's no ego because it's saying, you know what, that person been through that. So let me go ahead and follow the lead because it's a relatable situation.
Yeah. And I think that's the problem with the world. So what you're saying is how the world operates, right?
Right,
What you're saying is how the world operates. Would you look
right.
at the world and say it's in a great state?
Um,
Yeah, see, now you
I can't
right.
get an answer right now. I can't get an answer right now. I think the world is in a great state. I think the people that in the world is not in a great state.
And why is that? And I think it's the same back then, too. We have always been hard headed people, right?
Yes.
We have always been hard headed. Let's
Right.
just take the disciples.
Right.
They had Jesus right there.
Right.
They sit next to the creator.
Right.
They didn't, he performed miracles to get them with him,
Right.
like he did with the fish.
Right.
More fish they ever seen. Walking on water.
Right.
They still didn't believe him.
Yeah.
They still had a hard time believing him. That is what humans need to overcome. And she's like, you still don't get it?
Right.
You still don't get it?
Right.
I think that's what he's up there doing to us right now. Y'all still don't get it?
Most definitely.
Like, and why don't we?
100%.
Because of the human conditioning. That ego. That ego is what we're born with. That
Most
ego
definitely.
is the thing that we're battling with. And that's the reason why it's taken us so long to get to where we are trying to get to. Because we don't see how often the ego is stopping that message from coming in because we don't like the messenger.
Agreed. Agreed. I agree with you 100%. That's a human race. Um, what is it? Not generational curse that's been passed on till back then.
Back then. Forever.
Back then.
Ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
And I'm gonna tell you, in my life, I don't. That's one of the reasons why I don't stress, or I'm receptible to a lot of information because I know, like, hey man, we gotta believe. If it's a good message, if you know you're supposed to be in the gym, or you know you need to start balancing money, or any situation that you in, and you pray for that, and someone out of the blue, or it's a family member that's sending that message, receive it.
Right.
Even if you don't want to receive it at that moment, write it down and then come back in solitude and read it. Like, this person said that. Let me really digress and see what's really going on.
Yeah. I'll give you another example. My cousin was telling me about the story of his friend who passed away, right? 39 years old, 40 years old, heart attack. He went to the doctor. The doctor literally said, if you don't stop eating this way and if you don't wear a pacemaker jacket or something, you're going to die.
Right.
Straight up. He doesn't know this doctor. This doctor didn't give him time to be comfortable with him. This doctor's just giving him a message. That's
Yeah.
it. He didn't take the message and died. Because as humans, we gotta be comfortable. We gotta like the message. We gotta touch the fire to see that it's hot. We gotta go through all of these things that all of these spiritual texts have warned us that we don't have to.
Right.
We do not have to. That's the point of parents. The point of parents is to make their kids' life a little bit lighter and don't have to go through the things that they did. And then their
Right.
kids is supposed to make sure that their kids don't go through the things that they did. And it's supposed to keep going.
You know the conflict that I think the greatest gift I think God has given us is free will. And I think with free will, we feel like we have to take control of our destination and make the decisions. I don't want to move in this direction because this person told me
Right.
that it was the right way. It may be the right way, but I need to say that it's the right way. And I think that that's where that conflict comes in, is
Yeah.
that free will.
Yeah.
But I agree with you 100%, man. We got to let go of that ego. And then that messenger, we got to do better at releasing that message.
Yep.
Because I'm going to tell you, I know how to talk to people in a way where it's not demanding. I feel like you can tell someone anything and they'll listen as long as it's not demanding.
You have a skill, right? You have a
We
skill.
all have it.
But then again, let's think about the people who don't know that they are even a messenger in that moment.
We all are messengers, man.
Some people don't realize it. Some people don't
Life.
know. Some people don't know that this little conversation that they're having, case in point, a person could be ready to commit suicide, on their
Right.
way to commit suicide. Here's this homeless man that sees that person, and out of nowhere is like, "Hey, don't I know you? You have a beautiful smile. You have a beautiful smile." Boom. And that person's, huh. That little exchange changed his mind from killing himself. That homeless
Right.
person didn't know he was a messenger.
Right.
He didn't know that.
Right.
He was just doing what felt right in that moment. He was doing what he felt called to do. So
Right.
sometimes we don't know that we're a messenger. So we can't get our lives together to be like, I gotta give this message. We don't know. We don't know
Right.
when we're tools for him. We don't know.
But he lived his life like that. If he sees something that he likes, he gives gratitude towards it. That was just in his nature.
So what
He does that every day.
We're gonna end the show right here because we got 1 minute left, y'all.
This is a great topic.
We got
man.
1 minute left. We're gonna be here tomorrow. I wanted to, just for anyone who was looking for Zen news, I didn't want to do Zen news today. The news is horrible. The news is horrible right now. And if y'all want to go be updated, go watch that crap. I'm not entertaining that today. When I was just on it was just depressing as hell. I'm like, I'm not giving y'all this morning. Like, I'll give y'all some Zen news throughout the week, but it's not going to be an everyday thing. We ain't going to touch on that stuff, man. It's a movie happening out there right now. And right now, I'm in the bookstore. I'm not even in the theater. I'm not worried about that stuff,
Right.
So
that's a fact.
we'll do some Zen news tomorrow for anybody who's hooked on the news. We'll give y'all some news tomorrow. We got a caller tomorrow as well. We got a fire week, y'all. We got a fire week. As I know, we're going to be here every single day. So y'all be here too, but we'll keep y'all updated for not. But listen to the messenger, y'all.
Listen to the message.
Listen to the messenger.